Okay, in this video, I'm going to show you how to make this cute little Santa Claus ornament. So you will get a little stick, some red cord, white cord, a bead, and also a piece of string there. From home, you're going to need like a comb and some tape. And you also need some hot glue to glue on the bead for the gnome. So what you're going to do is you're going to take your stick. You're going to fold one piece of your red cord in half, and we're going to attach a lark's head knot. So you're just going to put it underneath, fold the two ends over and through the loop, and pull. Before you completely pull it tight, we are going to add one of the white strings through these two loops and fold it in half so that and then tighten it up so they're kind of even over there. So we're going to do the same, another one. We're going to fold it in half, put it underneath the stick, the two ends go through the loop, and we're going to do this for 4 cords through both of those loops. Fold this one in half, make it tight.
She's the one that started talking in that language, so that's why I got fired up.
Fold it in half through the loop and pull it through.
Yeah, see you in a little bit.
And tighten it up. Now we got those 4 cords. We're just going to make it nice and tight. Now for this next cord, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to make a lark's head knot on the end there, through. And then instead of going through both loops, we're just going to go, fold it in half. We're just going to go through one strand there and pull it tight. And then we're going to do the same on the top. Going to make a lark's head knot, fold it in half, pull it through. Instead of going through both loops, we're just going to go through the inside one. Make it nice and tight. So we're just going to pull them together just like that. Spread these out. Now we're going to take a piece of tape. We're going to cut it long enough to hold down our cords, because now we're going to make some square knots over here. So to make a square knot, we're going to take 4 cords. The 2 inside are going to be your filler cords. You're going to make it look like a 4. So you can see how it looks like a 4. This strand's going to go over the body of the 4, under that cord and under the 2 filler cords and through, and then you're going to pull it up tight. And now you're going to do the same thing for this side, but you're going to do the opposite. You're going to make a backwards 4. So you're going to go a 4 over top. This one goes over, under, and through this loop, and pull it up tight. And that's a square knot. Now we're going to make another square knot. Same thing. Going to make a 4. Goes under and through the loop. And the opposite side. And we're going to make another one. Make a 4, over, under, and through the loop. So we have three square knots there. Now the second row we're only going to have 2 square knots, so you're going to put these 2 cords to the side, and this is called an alternating square knot. So you're in the center of, you're making a square knot in the center of these 2. So you're going to grab 4 cords, make a 4, over and under and through the loop. And do the opposite side again. And we'll make it 1 more square knot here. So this row had 2 square knots. Now we're just going to have 1 square knot. So now we're going to put 4 cords to the side and 4 cords on this side to the side, and we're going to make 1 more square knot. There, and that's going to be our toque. So now we can undo this tape. And we're going to gather up the string, or the strands, and pull them together, and we're going to make, with our twine, our red and white twine, we're going to make a gathering knot. We're going to put these together just like this. We're going to make a gathering knot. To make a gathering knot, you make a loop. You set it down there on top. And we're going to wrap this cord a few times around. Like 3 or 4 times around. Or maybe 4 or 5 times around. So I'm just going to push it down so that it's nice and tight against my square knots. I'm going to go 1 more time. Then with the end of this string, you're going to pull it through this loop like this, and then you're going to grab the tail from the very first loop and pull them together, and you're going to pull this cord slightly through the brim of the hat, just like that. And we can actually just tie this in a knot, and we can make it like a little bow. Okay, so now that we got the square knots done, we're going to flip it over, and I took the tape off. We're going to flip it over, and we're going to tie a gathering knot to make the toque, to form the toque. So a gathering knot, you're going to make a little loop, just like that, and you are going to pinch it together, and you're going to wrap this cord 5 or 6 times around, making it nice and tight. That's twice, 3, 4 times. I'll do 1 more time. Then I'm going to actually kind of push down so it tightens up towards the toque, the top of the toque. If you have to pull some of the cords, make it nice and tight. So I'm going to take the end of this string, and I'm going to pull it through that loop. Just like that. And then I'm going to pull with the end of the string here, we're going to pull it through. So the knot is going to go underneath the band of the toque, or underneath the twine there. Push it nice and tight. Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to just tie a knot here, because the rest of this string we are going to use for our hanging cord. So what I'm going to do is, that's probably long enough for the hanging cord, and I'm just going to tie another knot, a double knot. Make it nice and tight. There, and then that becomes our loop that we're going to hang them on for our ornament. So then you can just cut the ends of this string. Now we're going to make the pom-pom of your toque. So we're just going to cut about, I don't know, 1.5 inches off or so. Oops. And then we're going to unravel these strings. This is a triple strand cord, so we're just going to unravel them a little bit, because there's 3 cords in there, so we'll just unravel them just like, can you see what I'm doing there? Just unraveling them all. And then once you got them all unraveled, you're gonna kind of brush it out. And then once you brush it out, you can trim it a little bit, depending on how long or how short you want your pom-pom to be. A couple more here to unravel. There. So I got them unraveled. I'm just going to put my twine to the side so I don't get that tangled in there. And you're just going to brush them out. You can use, if you have a dog brush at home, or if you have a comb. This is actually a macrame comb, so there. But I'm going to trim him up because you can see that's quite tall, quite high. So I'm just going to trim it up a little bit. There, I think that's good. And it'll hang just like that. Okay, so now what we're gonna do is we're gonna brush out his beard the same way with your comb. You're gonna wanna hang on to the cord so you don't end up pulling out these single strands. I better move that to the side. Going to flip it over and comb it from the back side too. Just like that. Flip them over this way. So depending on how long you want it to be, you can leave it this long. I'm going to trim it up a little bit shorter, and I got these big scissors here. I'm going to make it kind of round. I'm going to give it, and then I'm just going to brush it out some more. Oops. I see I got a loose strand. Cut that off. Actually, I think I'm going to trim them up a little bit more. Like that. Those to the side. So then you have a bead. So you're going to put a piece of tape. I put a piece of tape on the end of my on the end of my string so that I can actually feed it into the bead easier. So you just put it in there and twist it. Pull it through. There. And so then I'm just gonna cut that. I'm gonna pull off some of this tape. There we go. And the same thing, you can brush out the strands of the cord. There, and so now I'm actually, I'll brush that out a little bit more. I'm just gonna grab some hot glue. I'm gonna put a piece of dab of hot glue. I'm just gonna go grab some hot glue and I'll be right back. So you can see I put just a dab of hot glue on, and I'm just going to attach it in the center of his face. And then you can always trim up his mustache too. Probably want his mustache to go out a little bit. I'm gonna trim it up. I have extra large scissors here. There. And you can brush them out however you like. I see I got a couple long strands. There. Oh, there we go. There is our Santa on a stick. Thanks for watching.